To conclude this series of videos on getting things done, I want to share a few final thoughts with you. The first is I want to summarize, if you wish, David Allen's book, Getting Things Done, in a couple of sentences, if that's possible. Key ingredients of relaxed control are: 1. Clearly defined outcomes. Everything has a clearly defined outcome. Understanding the reason why you want this outcome and identifying the next physical action with no dependencies required to move towards closure. 2, we need a system in place of reminders, a fully trusted system that is reviewed regularly so that you know everything is out of your head in that system. Now, although it may seem simple, the actual application of this can create profound results. As I said before, I have found that it has transformed my productivity, transformed the way I manage my life, my business, and the way I perform. So I strongly encourage you to adopt it. And now I'd like to offer you 10 thoughts, if you wish, of things that I found useful and helpful when it comes to getting things done. The first is, within the context, remember we talk about purpose, priority, and productivity, okay? So within the context of your purpose and priority, in the context of your hedgehog and your visioning, i.e. your enduring purpose, values, and mission, within that context, plan by the year. It's a good chunk of time. But plan with metrics. Plan with hard-edged goals, with hard-edged metrics. It's very, very hard to put hard metrics on 3, 5, 10-year aspirational goals. The truth is we don't really know. But we should have a good sense within 12 months of a metric that we can put on something, be it a revenue figure, be it a number of clients, be it whatever, makes no difference. The second is take a project approach to everything. I found this really, really helpful. Treat everything as a mini project. So look at all your goals, all as mini projects, and say, how will I deliver that project? Put milestones on them. Look at something with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then resource this as you would any project. The third is review and update regularly. I can't overemphasize the importance of this. You should have a major review once a quarter, major review of your whole plan, your whole One Thing plan, your whole system at least once a quarter. So review regularly, update regularly. You should have a monthly meeting where you sit down and have a serious review once a month on progress, what happened, what didn't happen, were we successful, were not successful. You should do this with your team, with your key people. 4, organize by the week. This is perhaps the single most important thing that you can do. Once a week, you should have a weekly planning review meeting. Same time, same place, with yourself, with your key people, whomever. And you review what happened last week. I said I was going to do the following things. I said I was going to take these actions. Did I take them? What happened last week? And what did I learn from that? Did it work? Did it not work? Did I progress? Did I not progress? What did I learn? And as a consequence, what am I planning for the following week? In the context of my 30 day, 90 day, 12 month strategic thrust right up. In the context of my One Thing plan, what am I planning for the next week? What do I have to move forward? What's the one thing in front of me? I'm looking at my reminders, I'm looking at my One Thing plan, I'm looking at my notes, I'm pulling the things together and saying, what are the key things I have to do next week? So once a week you sit down, you have a major review, like at least 1 hour a week. You sit down and have a major review, what happened last week and what am I doing next week? This is critical. It's the single most important thing that you can do. Organize your time and action items so that you're knocking down the dominoes. People write goals and they're always thinking about the goals. Don't. You write your goals, you write your plan, you drill back down, you line up your dominoes, and you end up looking at a series of one things to do this week. That's it. Focus your attention on that. Organize your time and your action items and focus on those things this week. Action by the day. Remember Gary Keller in the One Thing, we talked about it. He suggested one before 1 o'clock. You do your one things before 1 o'clock, you make in the morning and you manage in the afternoon. So action by the day. Identify the critical actions that you need to take, pop them in the diary and take action. Number 7, chunk out your time. It's really, really important. I'm a huge believer in chunking. Simply put, if you know what the most important thing that you have to do is, why aren't you doing it? Why are you doing something else? Well, typically it's because other things take over. And the only way you can do these things is you chunk out your time. You allocate time to the things that actually matter. You prioritize your one things, you schedule them, and then you action them. And everything else has to wait. You treat these action items the exact same way that you would treat a meeting or an appointment with an important client. 8. Identify your key relationships and do something every day to develop them. I actually have it down. I have a list of things on my diary, scheduled into my calendar. Things such as my meditation, my workout, and so on and so forth. Things I want to do every day. And one of them is, I've down there, follow up with one person, one key relationship every single day. It's really, really important that you maintain and develop these relationships. These are the key, one of the really important keys to success is building these relationships. Particularly if you're an entrepreneurial type person, who most of my clients are, who are busy doing things, they're task oriented, they're not so people oriented. Very important you develop and build and develop and maintain these key relationships. 9, strengthen your referability habits. This comes from Dan Sullivan, the strategic coach. He talks about the keys of referability. Show up on time, do what you say, finish what you start, and say please and thank you. So show up on time is you respect the person, you're there on time. Do what you say, you're reliable. Finish what you start, you're tenacious, and say please and thank you. Well, you've got manners, you're easy to deal with, and people want to work with pleasant people. So strengthen referability habits, things that make people want to do business with you, want to give you more business. And the last one, number 10, is one that is, in my opinion, very important, and most people ignore it when it comes to being productive and increasing their productivity. And it's rest. When you're on, be on. And when you're off, be off. By this I mean, the day's 24 hours. So if you are off, schedule 24 hours off. This is rest and rejuvenation time. Like any high-performing athlete or sports person or entertainer, we're high performers. Anybody who's performing at a high level has to recognize that rest is an integral part of their training program. You cannot go out and perform day in, day out at a high level without having rest. It's not taking time off. It is rebuilding, rejuvenating, preparing for the next assault, if you wish. You should not consider it as being lazy. You should not consider it as something that is wasted. It's an integral part of being ready for the next performance. So that is this series of videos on getting things done completed. I hope you enjoy them. And remember that execution is the chariot of genius. Take the tools, take the thinking, take the techniques, take it all, use it, make it work for you. I wish you luck. Thank you.